that emerged from a structural or perhaps a strategic review of how we want to function. I think we came up to a conclusion and said, look, there must be a different thinking to this different market. We can't use yesterday's thoughts, information communication channels, information practices, information models. We cannot use those old ways of doing things. They are yesterday's practices. Now companies have access to social media platforms which they can channel their information. Investors have opportunity to also get information or prove out information, but there needs to be some level of credibility, reliability, and timeliness to this information. And perhaps that is what niche and market, should I say, market need that Proshare tries to fill. To make sure that, look, there are people who are competent, who are capable of making informed judgment. But it might be better if all this judgment were made based on some basic common understanding of some real facts. So if there were somebody to provide that information, and then we can therefore engage ourselves from factual basis, rather than we challenge each other on what data you're using, what data I'm using. And so Proshare therefore moves away from just giving information to being the information provider for what the market needs and going forward. And I must say that honestly, Proshare believes really well that we've reached a curve right now where the reform processes, which some may argue as to whether it is clear or whether it is directed, but we believe that the same reform processes, like for example, the 14-point agenda put in place by the former CBN Governor Soludo, is the same thing being put out by the current CBN, with different changes in approach and tactical execution. But these things we need to have a conversation about some of these things. And it also is helpful to the regulators, and also helpful to operators, and also helpful to the common market as well. And so what Proshare hopes to do is to provide that kind of enabling environment where such can be done.